Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel, baby. I'm the Toy Chic, and for all you MOTU fans out there, we're diving back in for another episode of Classics. I've dropped a couple parts of this. I didn't expect to make another part, but if you guys haven't seen part 1 and 2, this is going to be part 3, I guess. Don't know how many more there is, maybe one more. But people seem to, a couple people were commenting they like this that I was talking to, so I decided to make another one. Since I was going through boxes, looking for stuff to pay bills, and I came across these. So we're going to check out these figures today. I got them all out. Each time I made the videos, I tried to make it better. And like I said, if you haven't seen the other ones and you want to see more of the other figures, go back and watch those. So we're just going to show off all the classics figures. I was going to sell some, but none of them basically left, besides 8 from all those ones I showed in the other parts before. So we're going to check out these ones. I'm not going to sell these ones. These were the end of the line figures, pretty much from like 2016 to 2018. So this is going to be the end of the blueprint that Mattel had set in place. Brand manager at the time, Scott Nylick, Spectre Creative, who was responsible for creating that blueprint. He left, I think, like years before that, but then Mattel like used that blueprint and spread it out as they sold the rights. They let Super 7 be able to continue on with finishing off the rest of the line that had been planned, as well as diving in a little bit deeper, since at that time they had gotten the rights to Filmation. So they wind up having, there was like the Classics membership, and then they wind up having like a Filmation membership after that, as well as there was the William Style collection, which we showed off on the other collection video as well, where it's like the movie figures. There might even have been a 200X. I can't even remember anymore. Maybe even a Princess of Power. There's so many. It kept going for a while, but a lot of these figures from 2016 to 2018. We're going to check them out quickly, talk about some little tidbits on them, and I've already rambled on so too damn much, but you're going to see some figures maybe that maybe you got since they were at the end of the line, or maybe you didn't know are around yet, because some of these ones are bangers. And my favorite figure I found, I talked about in the other videos. I'm saving that one for last, because that bitch is staring at me right there in the box. All these ones, I tried to make it different before. Like I said, try to make it better each time. So I got all of them out. A lot of these came in like specific sets when they were released, but I just jumbled them up on the table. So they're going to be a surprise as we pick them off as well, and we'll chat about them, each figure real quick. So without wasting any more time. So most of these figures that are on here, there's a couple ones that are already out before they started doing the slide technique. This is one Super 7 like fully took over, and we got the Super 7 slide. So there's that. Before we get into that, and like I said, most of these figures coming from Super 7, they were released. You could pre-order them, kind of how they do now, but they really like to shut that shit down. It was a little bit different. So a couple of these boxes, I have like numbers. Like one of this collection is number 193 out of 3,416. Yeah, Club Grayskull. Man, that's crazy. This was I was like an early person in here. 193 out of 3,000. 3,400. That's pretty crazy. Another box I had was like this big one right here. This was like a double. So there's, what was this one right here? This might have been like Classics as well as the Grayskull. So like Filmation and Classics release as well. Because like I said, some of these figures were like open. But this one is what, number 2459 out of 3272. There was even less of this one made. It's crazy to think that like of all these like figures, like there's 3,272 of these boxes that they picked out to sell to the customers. So there's going to be like even less of each individual figure once you break it down. That's pretty nuts. That's why those figures are expensive, because there's just so many of them. Also, being like stupid talk about stuff, as I've opened so many of these, and obviously I knew this before, but I didn't even think about this. The flaps that are on the bottom of these boxes, for anyone who's trying to open these damn things, this is all the new figures and stuff too. They got these flaps. When you give it like air, it allows it to like get the box out like easy. And gosh, I know that. Thanks, Open by Chance, for that, David. Open by Chance, he got me onto that. It does sometimes. It leaves a little like, if you want to keep your outer cardboard nice and perfect. But like you can take this all the way out, and then you can really slide and get air, like when you're trying to get TVs, shit like that out. I didn't think about it until now, after I've made so many videos of this. But like, you would just like grab it, and then you can get. Most of the time, like, to see the whole thing comes out, you know, these things stick in here like ridiculous. So it allows you to just pull it out like way a lot easier with that. Let's get on with the figures, man. Let's get on with figures. Let's get on with that first one we looked at. Boom. Like a whatnot stream. All right, yo, coming up, we got this figure. You guys got a bid on this. And yo, sorry about like, here we go. What is this one? Oh, Man at Arms right there. This is the Club Grayskull Man at Arms. So this is when they started doing the filmation. And sorry about the things being like backwards. Maybe when I post it, when I do the videos, I watch them back. I see it's like backwards, all the letters, the background and stuff. I don't know how to switch that. I tried to mess with it in this video so much trying to get it to not do that. But man, this figure looks really, really great. The details, like especially the lighting and stuff I have, the details do not do it any justice. These figures are the top versions you would want for the cartoon line. I know they make them now in the Origins wave. They're going to still be around like 6 inches basically. So these are going to be your typical big style figure you want. But man, the face details in this Man at Arms. This is a fantastic looking figure. Fantastic looking figure. Who is next? Choof. Oh, we got Rattler or Tongue Lasher. I always get those two mixed up because he does look like Rattler. This is the first time we got him actually released in this form, the filmation form. Obviously, Rattler did it again. Tongue Lasher in the vintage is my favorite vintage figure. This version, not as much because I like the purple. They kill him here, but this is a great fit too. All these figures look amazing. Definitely ones to open up. Oh my gosh, what do I do with all these boxes? What do I do with all these boxes? Right there, Roboto. This is the filmation version. Again, we got like Mondo. They're making the 200X figures now and whatnot. So I think the 200X figures that they have in there are going to fit a little bit better with these. But from what I've seen on the people getting the in-hand He-Man 200X that they've already released, it's just a little bit bigger than Classics on the head. Like just a little bit taller. What do we got next? Oh, we got Triclops on that. This is a great looking figure. They got this Triclops. You can get him in the Origins. This is a Master verse figure as well. So I think very similar. This is a taller figure than the Classics most of the time, right? Most of the time, depending on the character. I think the Masterverse is a little bit like bigger, so maybe it'll be more in line with like this size of the Mondo like figures. It doesn't matter. I have figures of all the sizes, so I can fit it into everything. I'm not too worried about that. He will fit in there quite nicely. Who we got up next? Oh, Man at Arms. Man, all these figures are amazing. Really wish I could afford to buy 2 of all these figures, because gosh dang it if these aren't the perfect representations of all the He-Man characters that we would want. We're going to switch over to this side now. Try this side out. These Super Slide boxes, they still came protected in the mailer boxes like I was saying. And some of these, as we're going to get to, Granita on this one, they had the 10th anniversary Starburst on the box, as well as printed on the backs of the brown boxes. So that would have been like, I believe, the final wave. The final wave of the Classics was when they had those, I think. So, because like before, there's like nothing, and then as you can see, they put the backs on them. And then before that, since I have one out, we got the white boxes. They came way before. This is Evil Lynn. This is just the empty one. This is for a Battleground Evil Lynn, apparently I wrote on here. So she's going to come up on one of these. These box styles didn't have the Super 7 Surprise, because these were done by Mattel. And I got a bunch of like empty white boxes once at like a flea market. Someone had them. But anyway, on to the next figure. Who do we got? You want to go that way? We can go that way. We can go Merman. Merman, you little bastard. This is a good looking one too. This is like the first time you got like the cartoon actual head style. It was kind of like almost looking like they did on the back of the package, but also very much like the cartoon. Man, this is a good figure. That's a good figure. That is a good figure. Who we got next? Hordak. This is the cartoon Hordak with the blue. He comes with Imp too. Yeah, he does. So this figure is, man, I wish I had this. That figure looks incredible. I wish I had this figure again. This figure is really cool because this Imp, and I believe this chest that came with there, this would have been for Classics when it was out. It was an SDCC exclusive. You went there, you could get this, and it like sold out, and so many people were mad because they weren't able to get the little imp in that it was just given away, I believe, in like a baggie. I can't remember if a baggie with both of them in there or a bag each, but like when you went to the booth at Mattel, they would like give you this. So a lot of people didn't get it. So not until this release came out, if I remember correctly, we finally got the imp. This is the same one. The chest is different though, and obviously the color scheme is different as well. This is more cartoony versus it would have been more realistic for the Classics line, I do believe. But also the treasure chest is open, whereas this one is closed, something like that. There might have even been another accessory of. I think all the accessories were actually re-released. Here we go. On to the next one. On to the next one. MOTU Lock, you sucker. Oh, man, this is the cartoon one. Look at that. Just look in there with the red and the white and yellow eyes. Man, this looks awesome. The plastic didn't look cheap either. It had a nice matte to it. It wasn't like all like shiny how Super 7 does now. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if they were using their companies or whatnot during that time period to complete the line. But man, this is a great looking figure too. I don't know if they've redone the cartoon module. I do not remember that one. Hey, who's next? Here we go. Oh, Teela. Oh, man, this is the first time we really got an animated Teela. The face on this could be better for sure, but the body and the paint is still good. It's got very dull. People complain it wasn't gold enough, but then they made the Origins figures, and then it was like this stupid plastic on there, and then people complained it was too gold, which myself included. I didn't even buy a figure because it looked so cheap. But the face came out better than people wanted, but the face on Teela and He-Man has always been a problem, and so like people are like, obviously, like it does not look like that character right there, but Super 7 hasn't always been the best when it comes to getting female faces down perfect. But they didn't do too bad on this figure. And also it looks like, it's like they used one of the Mattel heads from the Princess of Power figures, because they had a very similar like She-Ra look that they would use. It's like they used one of those heads and they repainted it over. So there is that. But still not that bad looking though. Oh, Katrina. So this is one of the side characters, the cat lady. I always like Katrina. Katrina. I think her name's Katrina. Yeah, I'm a big cat person, you know, on this. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. So this piece right here, this flame thing that you can put the flame in, I swear I just showed that off. Well, no, I haven't showed it off. No, I would have showed it off by now by the time the video comes out. Of Hellfire Man from the Stranger Things MOTU set. It comes with the sword with Hordak, and you can put the sword in there and it's flame. It looks exactly like this. It looks exactly like this. I think it's a little bit bigger. That's crazy. That might be the same sword. That's crazy. That's crazy. Next up, oh yeah, we got Shadow Weaver. This is the cartoon version right here. Oh man, this is great. Shadow Weaver, my favorite figure released in the Classics line, and she was, the original one was a club exclusive. For your year subscription, you got Shadow Weaver. She's in a darker, more like sinister looking colors, just darker colors, more matted, Four Horsemen style, think of it, and absolutely perfect version of Shadow Weaver in my eyes. But I always love this one too. So until we got this one, because since that one was a special for having the subscription, it was always a very expensive figure. Even back then, it was like $150, I think, at certain points. And might even be more now, but at certain points during that time, it was like $150, and it was really, really expensive. And people didn't have a chance to get it. So until this figure came out, which is really, really great because they have re-released this in Origins, Cartoon Wave, as well as Super 7 coming out with a vintage style. But even this one is really, really cool. The colors on it are muted on the body and whatnot. It's not super red, not super plastic, fake looking. This is a good version to fill in for the other one if you didn't have it. But the other one is better than this one. And this is absolutely fantastic figure as well. Absolutely fantastic figure as well. All right, so our pile over here is getting a little low. So let's grab this one right here. See what we got. Oh, this is a stucky one. Oh my gosh, that one's like on there. Okay. Should we go the other way? Hold on now. Who is it? Who is it? Oh, it's Mantenna. You sneaky little bastard. Of course it'd be Mantenna. He's always getting up no good. They've done him in the Cartoon Wave. He's always on discount, but this is like This is the cartoon wave. It's got 4 articulated legs they would have used after the Mattel Classics version of this character. He's got the pop-out eyes with the switch-out head that goes on there. This is a really great version. Love this character. Mantenna is also one of my favorite characters ever in MOTU. And I wish I had more of these characters to open. That's all I'm going to say. Man, these ones are stuck on there. I'll tell you that. Fisto! This is the cartoon Fisto. He got that devil head. He got that Lucifer head on there with the little beard. I always thought this is a great looking Fisto. I actually had the MOTU Classics Fisto. He was a hard one to get. He went out to club members, but there wasn't very many that could be released to the normal public, I believe. And even some of the club members might have not got him. There was like a couple characters where like people had trouble getting. Like they just didn't get them in the mail. I think Teal was one. I think Fisto was one. I think Shadow Weaver was one. I can't remember though. I was fortunate enough to get them, so I kind of wasn't paying attention as much. But Fisto was always a very, very expensive figure. I sold him a long time ago. I think I bought a Battle Beast stuff with his money, but I sold him for $250 at the time. He was one of the most expensive figures for a long time. He dropped down and stuff, but he was still like very, very, very expensive. Who else we got over here? Who else we got? Sorceress! Oh, man. This is like the ultimate cartoon version of Sorceress, dude. It comes with a little Zora bird, all plasticky looking, but not too much. It's just like muted in all the colors. This is a good version. This is what you would have wanted as an upgraded. The face could have been a little bit better if you had this open. You can get fantastic customizers now that just would absolutely destroy that figure. So that is a good version of the Sorceress. Who do we got next? We got Prince Adam. Cartoon version. They had a couple different versions of this. They released Super 7, like I said at the time. I had the license, so they had the laughing Prince Adam, the meme. They made a figure of that in the classic style, as well as making Christmas. It was like the Christmas episode He-Man, so it came with Santa Claus kind of stuff. But I never got any of those figures. I didn't like any of those variants. Most of the time I don't like too many of the crazy variants. This is a great looking Prince Adam. Absolutely perfect. I mean, the face sculpt and everything on this figure is perfect. The muted colors, again, like that's how you make the figures. And the muted colors went so well with the classic figures because they were just like, again, my Mythic Legion's very matte, dark wash. Fantastic, awesome, just guy stuff, dude. We're gonna like that stuff on a shelf. It looks fantastic, and these ones fit in just perfectly. So, very nicely done, Super 7. What happened to you? What happened to you, sir? We're coming up to the end of the surprise boxes. Then we have the ones that are like already open over there. So let's finish off with almost all of the surprise boxes. We'll save one of them to last. How about that? We'll save one of them to last. Jesus, this is on there. Oh boy, oh boy. This is the She-Ra cartoon filmation, man. Again, the face on this is freaking weird. Oh my gosh, this is not a good face. I don't even know if you can see it. It's not a good face, though. That's not She-Ra. That's not my Mondo She-Ra. Which, stay tuned, because I got to record the Mondo She-Ra 2.0. Fantastic figure. I'm going to be recording that, too. Here, today, and this is a good figure, but that face is hideous. But you know, this is the only version of the Filmation She-Ra I have in the toy form. And the new Origins one too. It's like I don't like it's too small and petite. The Origins. I like my figures a little bit bigger in scale. Here we go. Well, we're gonna save one for last, but here's Stratos. This is the cartoon version. I always get rid of Stratos. A lot of the good guys I get rid of. So I don't have the classic versions. Man-at-Arms, Stratos, Mechanic, little Spin-Geek, Skyclone. I don't have a lot of those dudes. I usually get rid of them and stuff. This guy, the cartoon ones, because this is the ones we remember. They were fantastic. He looks great. And the display box, everything, it's got everything on there. This is great too. I don't know what they did the Ultimates, and they're like, we're going to go super crazy with it. Oh, by the way, on these boxes, when you're putting these away, like this piece right here, it sticks out. So, like, when you're putting this down, like, if it sticks, see, it's hitting it right now. If you go all crazy, you will bend that stuff out. Be careful. Be careful. That's all I'm saying. On to ones that are not in the surprise package. Still a surprise to all of this. Here we go. Boom. There's Granita. And Yep, this one does have the 10th anniversary, so 08 to 2018. Man, this is a hefty figure. This thing feels hefty. On the back of it, you can kind of see, what are they called? So you had Club Grayskull and Collector's Choice. Okay, Collector's Choice had a lot of like these side characters and stuff that we always wanted that were never like filled in. So they were kind of filling in the ranks kind of thing. So there's Collector's Choice, and then you had Club Grayskull, which is going to be your Filmation, and then maybe we'll see some other ones if they came up, like the William Stout obviously is another one. So this is awesome. Finally, you can complete your Stone People, which just came out in the Origins figures. That is a hefty figure. I mean, it really weighs a ton. Who's next? Oh my gosh, Dynamug. Sorry, I always call it Dynamug in my head. But this is a really, really awesome figure. I always wanted him. I always hated on here because this face piece, Dynamug in the thing, he kind of is like an android robot. And so his face, you can, kind of like Manny faces where you spin the face around, you can spin like the mouth. And I think there's different eyeballs too. So you can spin his whole face around and give him different faces, but mine's is obviously a little twisted. He's not looking right. I wish it was like perfect because I'm not going to open him. So I wish he was perfect in the box. But I always wanted this character. This was always a character people wanted for the Horde. They never got around to making him. I cannot remember. Maybe there were thoughts about making him. I can't remember. It's been too long now. All right, round it out. Oh, here we go. Is that another 10th? Yeah, 10th. And then I noticed on the side of the 10th anniversary ones, we do have, it says Collector's Choice on it, so it does have what the line that was going on in there. This is another Horde member. This one, this is a fan sketch. But this is Rat Trap. I don't think, maybe it was even by Axel Jimenez back then. Who knows? But this figure is crazy awesome. Crazy awesome. I think it was one of the fan, like when there was the fan drawings and you could get it create a character. I think this was one that didn't, because there were so many good created characters. If you were like on He-Man.org, and there was Mattel had their own website for classics, and everyone was on that too. I can't remember what it was called. Maybe motuclassics.org, or .com. Man, this is a great figure. These suckers right here are expensive. These last wave ones, they're expensive. That Rat Trap is an expensive figure. Who's up next? Oh, okay, here we go. Boom! Battleground Evelyn. So she came in that white box I had showed off to you earlier. And this has got some of the older characters. So this is, because this is like super old wave. This wasn't even 200X. We weren't even thinking about getting 200X. She does come with another head. This is like, they gave us the 200X head so we could fulfill that because they didn't think to get them. But this is, and also she's like in her colors. But she does have her head down there. That way you can have your yellow or your flesh color in a way, Evelyn. The faces on these female characters for the classics are just not good in today's standards. I mean, they are way better than they were doing. I'm telling you, I was like, all right, they finally killed it on the face. But now looking, and you're like, you see this picture on the back of like what it could be, because now they have like the print on texture and everything that comes out most of the time perfect, especially with these like all these companies I do the third parties and stuff, and they would just kill it. So that's what I'm saying. Now you got all these customizers, you get all these heads made, make all your figures perfect. Who's next up? This is a heavy figure too. Quake! New Adventures Quake. Who did he come out in? He came out in Collector's Choice. So Collector's Choice had a couple runs. I don't remember if it was 2 or 3. This one is filling out your characters from the New Adventures. They didn't make all of them. They didn't get to all the figures. They didn't get to any of the variants of the New Adventures, stuff like that. But you did get the main bad guys. You didn't even get all of them. There's like Staghorn and man, I can't remember right now to keep it going. But yeah, they kind of took a little bit of everything on here. So on Collector's Choice, you're gonna have like some Snake Men that maybe Axel Jimenez did. Then you got Hawk, who came out. She's like the female Stratos. I sold her because I just didn't care about how she looked. I thought it came out dumb, and I think something was wrong with the paint. I was like, I don't really care about this character, because I actually in the cartoon I really liked the character. I just didn't like it; just looked stupid. And then also Lodar, which was like a character everyone always like wanted. He was like from the mini comics, I believe. But he just looked like a S&M football soldier, so I got rid of him. This character looks like he's just like freaking out. He's got a big rock up there, and there's some heft to him as well. Super cool. He's one of the best New Adventures figures that they made. But they killed it on New Adventures. Like, they really took a lame figure and they made it good on the New Adventure. This figure right here, I just saw the back. This is a banger. This is a banger right here. This is Fangor. This figure is so good that I had to buy him in Origins twice, baby. I have him open. I put him in the background sometimes. He's on the Collector's Choice wave that came with that Lodar and the Hawk. So I got rid of the Hawk and the Lodar, and then Quake and Fangor. These two figures were the last to come in the wave. And maybe that was the last of the Collector's Choice. That might have been the last wave. So these might have been some of the last figures by Super 7. Fangor, this figure is absolutely phenomenal. Like, I have the Origins, was cool, but this is the ultimate version of this figure. This figure is expensive. I remember at one time it was like $400. Something ridiculous. This is a crazy good figure, man. It looks so good. It looks like it fits right in to Mythic Legions, which is so crazy they're getting to snake people now. But this bad boy is fantastic, man. I wish, at the end of the world, this is one of the figures I'm opening up. Is the Fangor. That's one of the figures I'm opening up. And saving my favorite figure for last. I finally came across it. I talked about it in other videos. And I was afraid she was lost forever. That's right, as a clue. And also, because I couldn't find the box she was in, that's why I say we might be at the end. Although there might be another one. Here she is. It is Shadow Weaver. It is the normal version. And I guess she didn't come in a box, because I got her in the mail. Yeah, it might have been a time when she didn't come in the boxes. Like I said, I got an extra box, so I scratched out and lost me. I put Shadow Weaver. But I have all the boxes exactly how they came. So if she didn't come in a box at that time, then she probably just came like normal, which a lot of the first wave ones did in the beginning. Not all of them, but like Hordak and stuff like that did. Not any of the rest of these figures on here, actually. This is Shadow Weaver. This is the club exclusive you got. She's the dark color. I think I saw... Yeah, let's get the other one out again. Boom. There it is. There's the two versions, so you guys can see. If you didn't get this one, you could get this one. Colors weren't too crazy. They're not super red like the Origins one that's out like now. It's very like muted. Good, very more cartoony. This is just like more detail when you like stare at it. This figure is perfect. I'm buying this figure open to have in the collection because she just fits in with everything, and she's one of my favorite characters in like any of my stuff I collect. All of MOTU for sure. So I'm like the back of her the way they do the headpiece, it's just so good, so good. Definitely one of the top figures I will be buying loose out of those. So, and then also one of my favorite because she is one of my favorites. Just one of the best figures that we opened up here today. That Fangor, man. That Fangor. Actually, I had forgot. We're all spilling the beans of who's the best one. I forgot we saved that one that was the surprise one for last. Who is it going to be? Come out of there. Grizzlor. Cartoon version. He be sitting on the shelves forever. I just saw him at Ross for $15 for this same version. This is obviously a better version. Like, this version's perfect. These figures are perfect. They're perfect. They are perfect. And again, one of the best, the Fangor, the Masterverse. You can see standing next to him. See how he's just like a little bit taller. Obviously, he's got the headdress, but that's how I think the new like Mondo figures are going to be versus these. But they'll still fit. That Mondo Clawfo oversized to go with these. Come on, man! Can't wait to get him in the mail. This is one of the best figures. I wanted to do some honorable mentions real quick as we close it out because they're all fantastic. But like the Man-at-Arms, the Merman, these two right here, they're probably the best renditions of this character ever. Besides the Mondo Man-at-Arms that hasn't come out yet in people's hands, that's probably the best Man-at-Arms ever been made. This sculpt-wise, like cartoon everything, the Classics version's bomb too. The Classics version's bomb, but this is the perfect Man-at-Arms. This is probably all you need. It's not too orangey. It fits in. His face is absolutely perfect. This is probably the best Man-at-Arms they have. Same with Merman. He got the awesome face. This is everything you want from Merman. He ain't got that weird cat face in there. This is like you wanted that Merman. They absolutely killed it. Then you got the Prince Adam. This is probably the best Prince Adam I think that they've ever done, unless Mondo makes one. But the face, Super 7 really killed on the He-Man faces as well. They did a really good job. And this is probably, like, the colors, this is probably the best Prince Adam figure there is. Best Prince Adam. Some of my favorites, like I said, those two, this Hordak, one of the best Hordaks ever made. Mondo has to make a Hordak. The head on this, everything is perfect. Cartoon Hordak, this is probably the best one. This is probably the best one. Also, I really love the last wave. As they were closing it out, like, pretty much all the characters are bangers. So we got, like, Quake. He's not one of my favorites, but, like, I just love the design. They did a really great job, like, taking, like, a super lame figure back then and just absolutely crushing. He's not one of my favorites, but the whole line, they just did great. One of my favorites, though, this is one of the best figures here. This is Rat Trap. Like I said, I love the Horde characters. I've said in the past, Horde's my favorite, and Snake Man as well, so that's why I gravitate towards these characters. But yeah, I definitely wish I had one of these open, because this figure is insane. This is a great figure. It's one of my favorites. I was super excited when they showed they were going to make him. Same with Dial-A-Mug. I wish I had him open. He would go with the Horde team, but he's going to be too expensive to get. He's really expensive. He's, again, not one of my favorites, but, like, he came out, this collector's choice. It had Karg and Granita in this set. And I sold the Karg. I sold the Karg because I kept the William Stout movie Karg because he fits in with my movie figures. They look completely different. It's great to have both, but he had the move. He's also super creepy. I mean, they killed it on his face paint job so much that he freaks me out. I had to get rid of him. And then lastly, on that pile that got released, we were just talking about, is the Granita on here. And this is, again, a hefty one. You can make her into the Rock. She's perfect. We never got her, and they still haven't made her in Origins, and so we were finally able to complete all the Rock people. This is a great figure. This, I mean, the colors, everything just pops. This figure will pop. It's on your shelf. This is like having RC. You gotta have RC, and they finally made RC. So it's like they finally make Granita. Thank you so much. You know, as McFarlane says, the female characters don't sell. They don't sell. Boys don't want to buy this shit. The hell you don't. I want this gigantic Rock bitch. I want her. I want her on my shelf. I want another one so I can open it. So that's it, man. Thank you, Scott, Toy Guru Nightlick, for helping in the Four Horsemen, for helping to bring this line to fruition. Don't know if there'll be another part of these. So maybe these are all the figures. If you guys saw new ones you never saw before, check back the other videos. Like I said, you can see most of the line. I collected it from the beginning. I had a subscription, so I had most of the figures, but I've sold them off over the years. I sold them off and got like nothing for these figures because forever no one wanted them. Now everyone does, and they see how fantastic this line is. Also on the back of this one here, this is the 30th anniversary when this one came out. What was that? 2012. Oh my gosh. Holy smoky dokes. That's a long time ago this figure came out, and it still hasn't been surpassed. Absolutely fantastic. If you guys got something out of it, smash that like button and hit that subscribe if you want to see more. We do all kinds of toy stuff. I mean, we've been doing all kinds of toy stuff. And all kinds of stuff coming, especially for MOTU. If you like it, Boo's going to be coming out. Who knows if this will be out by that time. Turtle stuff coming as well. Mondo, third party, all kinds of stuff. You guys like it, stay tuned to the channel. Come back for more. I'm the Toy Sheik. I love to have you here. Until next time, guys, mad love, geek out. See you guys on next episode.